Hello, welcome to another Tom Meeker video. Today I'm back in the kitchen. I'm introducing you to my Bella multi-cooker pressure cooker. This item is awesome. This is where I do most of my meals now. Today I'm going to make a barbecue shoulder steak. So I'm going to show you how I rub it down, how I brown it, and how I go about seasoning it so it has a good flavor. First, let me tell you a little story how I got my Bella multi-cooker pot. I was in Big Lots on Thanksgiving time. We were just looking around. Normally these are $50 at Big Lots, and it was half price, $25. So I said for $25 it's worth a shot to see how it works. Absolutely love it. Use it just about every night since Thanksgiving time. So I'm going to show you what comes with it. It comes with a trivet. This is something that you sit in and it sits up so you can put water underneath to steam. Comes with a little spatula. It does come with a 1 cup. It comes with the lid that comes apart. And as you can see, it has a gasket around it. That does come off also. Since I already cleaned this, no need to show you all that. Goes back together, very easy. The pot itself is non-stick. Comes right out, very easy to clean. This is a quick meal. You can do frozen meats, you can do fresh meats, it doesn't matter. You can do all kinds of things in here, and I've used it for a whole bunch of different things, but today I'm going to do a shoulder steak, so I'm going to get about to show you how I prepare my shoulder steak. So the first thing you need is a couple of really nice steaks. These are shoulder steaks. I buy all my meat locally, both for the fact that they're fresher, I know where they're coming from, but also it supports the local farmer. Much better, much cheaper price than paying in the store, and I can go right in my freezer and pick out what I need. Normally, every year I buy a 1/4 cow and a 1/2 pig. That gives me my pork and the beef for the year. Now I start off with a dry rub. It's a Memphis style barbecue dry rub. And what that does is it flavors up the meat and dries right in. So what I do is I simply spray it on, sprinkle it on, not spray it on. And then I rub it in, pat it nice and good in. And then what I do is I flip them over. And I am going to do the same thing on the other side. Sprinkle on some barbecue. Pat it all in. Now, as you can see, it soaks right into the meat. What that does, when I do the next step, is it's going to crystallize right into the meat. This will give the meat some internal flavor besides what you get from the barbecue sauce. For the next step, I'm going to set Saute on the Instapot. What that is, it's like a frying pan. It'll brown up the meat. Okay, so I'm going to take a little extra virgin olive oil and I'm just going to put it in just to give it a little crisp on the bottom of the steak. This pan's heating up nicely. I can feel the heat coming off of it. So I'm going to take one of our juicy steaks. Yum, yum. And I'm going to drop it right into the pot on Saute. And you can see how juicy it's popping up. You can hear the sizzling. So I'm just going to flip that. Now I just want to lightly brown this. I don't want to make it so dark because it'll cook in the Instapot when it's on the pressure cooker. You can see how the stuff has kind of soaked right into it, the barbecue seasoning. Now I hope you can see how well those are browning up. They're going to be yummy. Just do enough browning to make sure it's all crystallized. You can see where the barbecue has soaked right into the meats. Now I'm going to go on to the next step of preparing it. Okay, now to prepare it for pressure cooking. First thing I'm going to do, white vinegar. I'm going to take a cup of white vinegar. I'm going to fill it up. This is a full cup. Never run your multi-cooker, Instapot, pressure cooker, whatever you want to call it, without some liquid in it. You have to have at least a cup in order for it to do its stuff and not burn. Now I'm going to take barbecue sauce. I don't measure this. I just pour it in. And I'm going to mix it right with the vinegar, Just going to squirt it on in there. Whatever's left in this bottle is what I'm going to use. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my steaks. And what I'm going to do, since I didn't mix that all together, I'm just going to rub the steak together so the sauce is mixed together good. Take my next steak, put it right on top of that one. Now, I've already washed some potatoes, so this is a one-pot meal, so that's what we're doing. Fresh potatoes, washed them, just tossing them in there right on top. These are what we're going to have as a side dish, along with a veggie, and I'll show you how I do my veggies in just a few minutes. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cover. It has a locking place. You turn it until it locks. You got to make sure on top there's a thing that says pressure. Now, I'm going to set this for 15 minutes. You can set it for whatever you want, depending on how well you like your steak. There's a meat button, so I'm going to hit meat. And I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. Fifteen minutes. Going to hit the start button. Don't forget to hit the start button. I do it all the time. And then I come back and say, what's going on? Why isn't it working? And it takes about 5 minutes for it to preheat. And then it starts doing its stuff. When it's done, I'll open it up and show you how it works. Okay, while my steak is cooking, I'll introduce you to my new Wave air fryer. This is one of my favorite items in the world. Next to my Instant Pot, both of them are my favorites. And you can see it's a little oven. It does come with racks. This is one of them. And this is how I'm going to do the vegetables for the meal. Now for the vegetables, all I did is, this is a California blend frozen vegetables. I just put them on the rack. Now you can put them right in here frozen. And what I do is I just stick them in the oven. You can see they fit in there nicely. Close the door. And then I set the timer. Now it only takes about 5 to 6 minutes. And I leave it at 360. And I just hit the start button. And you will see they're starting to cook. You can hear it. And that's how I do my vegetables. So just checking. It's went from the preheat to the pressure. We're down 1 minute already. And as you can see and hear, you may not be able to see this in the video, but there's a little steam coming out. And you can hear the pressure. If you do not hear that, you did something wrong. Now a few times, I forgot to set the pressure button. Then it won't go on pressure. So make sure you set that before you start your Instant Pot. Okay, so the beeper just went off. I'm going to do what's called a quick release. You can either let it release on its own or quick release. So what I'm going to do is quick release. You got to be very careful. So I use this little plastic spatula that came with it. I push it over and you'll hear the steam very quickly. Just make sure your face is not near it. Make sure your hands are not near it because it will burn you. If you heard the old stories of the pressure cookers blowing up and stuff like that, it's usually because they weren't put on correctly. These are very safe if you follow safety precautions. Okay, so I just took the pot lid off. It took about 3 minutes for it to release all the pressure. Now here's what it looks like on the inside, and I'll scoop it up to show you how good it looks on the outside. This is all good and flavored. Potatoes will be good and tender. The meat will be good and tender. Okay, so I'm going to scoop it up on the plates. First I'm going to start with the potatoes because they're on top. Again, these are usually very tender by doing this. So I'm just going to scoop them and put them in a little bowl. They are going to have some barbecue flavoring, which is fine. They taste good like that with a little butter on them. And next I'm going to take the steaks out. Now, the vinegar gives them a good flavor, and it absorbs the barbecue flavor into the meat, so it makes it really tender and really juicy. A little tricky getting the steak out sometimes because they are so tender. You can see the bottom one got a little browner from sitting at the bottom, but they're still really good. Okay, so here it is all plated up. Meat's all cut up. Got the vegetables, got the potatoes. Good and tender. Everything's really tender. So I'm just going to take a taste. Melts in your mouth. Extremely, extremely tender. A little taste of the potato. Okay, this is very delicious. Very wholesome meal. Very healthy because it was done in the Instant Pot. A lot of the grease absorbed into the vinegar, so you don't have a lot of grease, a lot of extra. If you like this video, please share it on social media, like it on YouTube, and also subscribe to my channel. Leave comments if you like something I'm doing with videos so I know what you like. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Until next time.